Have you ever made one small mistake and you've convinced yourself that you've fucked everything up to the point where you're questioning your entire fucking life? Or if one bad meal can turn into, fuck it, I'll start again Monday, which turns into, I'm fucking useless, this is for you. Welcome to the series where I'm going to talk about the psychology of progress and mindset, some of the sticking points, thought patterns and behaviors that are holding you back, as well as some of these patterns that can make losing weight a hell of a lot harder, as well as make you feel really unhappy about it. This first episode is about catastrophizing, and this is where it all starts. Because when something goes wrong, it's not just that event, we attach a whole story to it, a whole narrative to it, and suddenly everything has got out of hand. Have you ever had one small inconvenience or one thing go wrong, so much so that you're questioning your whole damn life 20 minutes later? You lose something, you make a mistake, you miss a meal, you overeat on food, you binge eat, you skip a workout, and suddenly it's, I always do this, I'm useless, I'll never be good at anything, I can't get anything right, what's the point? That is catastrophizing. And it's something that a lot more people struggle with than they realize. Because the original problem isn't necessarily the thing causing the stress, it's the story and the narrative that we attach. This builds around that and becomes its whole new thing. If you lose something, it's annoying, but it becomes typical. Then that turns into, I always fuck things up. Then I can't get anything right. Then that turns into, I'm never gonna get anywhere with this. No, I'm not talking about the thing that you lost, the meal you skipped, or the awkward conversation that you had. We're now talking about your whole identity and your future and how you view yourself. The story that you paint for yourself, that is the spiral. And once you're in this spiral of catastrophizing, it feels logical. It feels like you've been sucked into a tornado and it makes sense. In this little tornado, your brain starts collecting evidence, collecting debris along the way of all the bad stuff, all the broken stuff, all the stuff you did wrong. Well, I did fuck this up. Well, I did mess this up. I did miss this. I wasn't on time. Remember when I did that thing that was really bad and made me feel awkward? Remember that time that I binge ate and smashed through 2 days worth of calories in one sitting? And suddenly you've got a fucking highlight reel of everything that you've done wrong. But notice what your brain is doing. It's collecting evidence for a conclusion that doesn't actually exist yet. And it's not looking at that wider picture. It's just so focused on that tornado. Everything around it is fine. But the chaos in the middle is where it's focused. So something that I want you to practice from this is catching yourself before you get sucked in. Before you jump into the tornado, pause and catch yourself. You need to ask, what actually happened? Not, what does this say about me? Because those are two completely different questions. Because I lost something, I binge ate, I made a mistake, I didn't get something done, that's the event. That's what happened. The interpretation is, I'm useless, I'll never amount to anything, I'll never get anywhere with this diet, I'm never gonna lose weight, I'm never gonna be happy. And that's the narrative that we create for ourselves when we think like this. I'm not gonna pretend that the problem isn't real or the thing that you did didn't happen. But when we catch ourselves, we have the opportunity to accept it and then fix it in the future, whether by undoing it or just doing better next time. You have the opportunity to learn from it and make adaptations, not make it your entire story. These single events don't get to change your character. They don't get to change your narrative. And here is another really useful question. What else is true? Yeah, that thing went wrong, but what else have I done? Have I hit all my workouts for the rest of the week? Did I hit my steps? Did I stay really well hydrated? Did I tackle that task that I've been putting off for a long time? Did I enjoy time with family and friends? Did I eat well at a social gathering which would otherwise have caused me to binge? This evidence counts too, and it's the evidence that your brain is ignoring. It's the good stuff on the outside of the tornado. You can't only count the bad stuff, so next time something small goes wrong, or another thing feels like it's gone wrong, catch yourself before that's annoying becomes I'm useless, and I'm useless becomes I fucked everything up, and I fucked everything up becomes I'll never be able to be good at anything. Separate what's happened from what you're telling yourself and ask what else is true. Because the goal is never to have negative thoughts, and the goal isn't perfection and never slipping up. It's never going to be a perfect diet. You might binge, you might overeat, but the goal is to stop those actions becoming a cycle, a negative spiral in that tornado. And the goal is to stop those negative thought patterns becoming the narrator for your life. Ask yourself, if you were the narrator for your life, would you want it to end in success? Would you want it to end positively? Or would you want it to end without being happy, without success, and everything being down and gloomy? If you got this far and it rung true with you, don't forget to drop me a follow. Next time, we are going to be talking about that negative spiral tornado in a little bit more detail. Peace out.